Hey, everybody. It's Dr. Deetra, and I am excited to be with you all on this Tuesday Better Talks. Hey, hi. I missed you all on last Tuesday, and so I was in uh, Italy. I don't know why I was about to say England. I was in Italy with my son, relocating him there, and so that was super exciting. And so I'm back, a little bit back, and yes, I hope that you all have had a grand and great week, and I hope that you are becoming better as this year goes on. So I do apologize for coming on a little bit later than normal, but we will end on time. But I want to just talk about something because it's a kind of a space and a place that I'm in. And I will say this, I don't know if questions or comments come up. Oh, I do see a little bit on the side now. I am on my phone, so everything is super tiny. So hopefully if you post some questions, maybe my admin can make sure it's big and it goes across the screen. But I want to do this, and I want everybody that listens to me now and or later. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Deetra Cotton, your Better Life coach and cheerleader, right? I'm both. I'm coaching you through living your better life, and I'm also cheering you on because I know you can do this, right? Becoming better is not a destination. It's not just something that poof, it happens and you're done. It's over with. I became better. And that's it. There's no more room for success or there's no room for more. That's not true. Becoming better is just what it says. It's becoming, right? It's a process. And what I like to call it is a journey. You're on this journey to becoming better. That even when you get better today, tomorrow there's room to do what? Somebody put it in the chat. Get what? Better, right? It's always going to be room to get better. Even if you get better in something in the morning, there's still room to get better at something else by the evening. So getting better is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not a one-stop shop. It's not, oh, I've got there. Oh, I arrived. Oh, I'm better. Yay. No, I'm becoming better every day. And I am in competition. Yes, I use that word. I am in competition with the me of yesterday, right? The me today is competing with the me of yesterday, challenging the me of yesterday, pushing, prompting, provoking the me of yesterday to become better. Okay. And so I'm excited about that. This is the topic though that I want to talk about today. And I really want to have a full discussion with somebody, anybody, right? We're supposed to be better talking in the group, in the living room, just lounging, just chilling, because it's okay. Somebody can put it in the chat. It's okay to not be okay. Clock. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay when someone comes up to you and go, "How are you feeling today?" "I'm not feeling my best." It's okay. It's okay to be brutally honest. It's okay, right? You don't have to be ashamed to say that today is not one of my best days. That today I don't feel emotionally like my cup is full. I'm not I'm not popping on all four cylinders today. Today, I'm not in a mood where too much extra coming for me may not be good today. If you're going to work, you might just want to give everybody a memo, a memo warning. Ah! Today, I'm not really my best. I'm not okay. So please regard all messages to me via email or something to that nature, just to let everyone else know that your environment is not an indicator of where you are, right? Because people might start feeling like, well, did I do something? Was it me? Is it you? Maybe she doesn't like me. She didn't talk today. She didn't say nothing when she came in. I don't know. Did I make her mad? Did you upset her? I don't know. Something happened. No, ain't nothing happened. I'm just not okay for today. And that's it. It's okay. And then that's when you let people know, especially people that you care about, your family members, your coworkers, people that have to be in your sphere of space. It is considerate. Let me put that down. It is considerate of you to inform them, because we have a tendency, and I can only speak about me. So let me just talk about me. I can't talk about anybody else. But I have a tendency to maybe snap off or pop off or crash out, as they're calling it now, right? Crash out on somebody who doesn't deserve it. It had nothing to do with you. It just means that you showed up at the wrong time when I was on my last, what we call nerve, maybe. I never understood that, right? I was just on my last moment where my bottle cap just blew. It wasn't personal though. It had nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything to me. It's not that I don't like you. Tomorrow we'll still be friends, hopefully, right? If you can help me contain my not okayness, right? And so I'm learning to not that I'm not walking by faith, but I'm learning to make people aware as I become aware of myself. I had to clap for me. I had to clap for me right there, right there. I'm learning that it's okay to make others aware when you become aware of where you're at. That's an okay thing. Matter of fact, it makes people understand more why you might be snappy, why you might be a little poppy, why you might not be talking hardly at all, why you don't really have conversation today, why you're not spending lunch with us in the break room like you always do, why you're not laughing like you used to do, or why are you not, spending more time with us? Why are you isolating? Why are you secluded? Why are you in the back? Why are you not coming to the front? Why are you not really speaking? Right? Instead of leaving people to their own wonders and ideas and imaginations and allowing the enemy to just start racing through their head on all of the different scenarios that they can now come up with on why you didn't speak to them, or why you didn't greet them, or why you're not laughing with them, or why you didn't go to lunch with them, or why you're not hanging out with them, or why you didn't go to the birthday party with them, or why you didn't appear at the retirement celebration or whatever have you. Okay. Um, I see a question here. I'm gonna try my very best to read this. Woo, y'all pray for me. And I'm gonna pray for you. Come on, somebody. If you need prayer for real, go ahead and put it in the chat. Say, please pray for me. Okay. Well, let me see if I can see this. All right, I'm kind of got a little bit of the grease off my glasses. See if I can cue in here. How do you give yourself permission to admit you're not okay without feeling weak? Oh yeah, without feeling weak and or guilty. Perfectly awesome, definitely nail on the head kind of question, because I used to be that person. I would always feel guilty, or I would always feel like, oh, they're gonna look at me as if I'm weak, or I can't hold my own, or I don't, whatever. And so how do you this is just something that you learn, or you grow into, and you mature into, when you start realizing, and again, this is not a textbook answer. This is the Dr. Dietrich Cotton answer. Okay. This is the better life answer. But I believe what happened to me, that I started realizing that it was more of a grown-up word, or a grown-up move. Let me put it that way. It was more of a grown-up, more mature move to inform everyone of where I was at versus the explosive reactionary moves that I would have that would shock everybody. And then I have to come and now pick up all of the pieces and apologize after for my rude behavior, my rude response, my snappiness, my tart, my tartness or whatever have you. And instead of just saying, I could have forewarned the room, right? I could have just let my children know when I came home from work, hey, mommy had a rough day today. And I may not be able to do a lot of the things that I would normally do when I come home at night. And so I bought some rotisserie chicken and a loaf of bread and some salad. If y'all could put that together and let me have a little bit of quiet time, I think it's going to be best for everybody, right? Hopefully I'll be back on duty tomorrow. But for tonight, mommy just needs to woosah. And so that I don't um make anyone feel bad or yell at anyone or feel like I'm picking on you or I'm singling you out. I just feel like today it would be best if mommy just took a back seat for tonight so that I don't hurt anyone's feelings. I love each and every one of you though. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kiss everybody on the forehead and then retreat ever so softly and ever so bravely to your room, right? To have that moment to do whatever you need to do from there. But how do you give yourself that? It's just something where you'll just have to start learning how to release that guilt and that feeling of weakness. I'll say this to you. I will say this, thank you, Holy Spirit, that it takes more self control. I'm showing my strength in admitting, verbalizing, sharing where I'm at. That is a more stronger move that shows the mental and emotional fortitude of one within, right? In our minds, we see it as weakness, but really, in all actuality, it shows forth a strength of realizing that um, I don't always have to be strong, or I don't have to always act strong to be strong. I had to applause myself. I don't have to always act strong to be strong. I'm already strong. I know I'm a strong woman. I know I'm strong minded. I know I have strong resolve. I know I have fortitude. I know I have all of those things, right? Just today is just not my best day. And so I don't have a moment of feeling weak just because today is one of my weaker days. Ah, what? It's just one of my weaker days, but that doesn't mean that I'm weak. That's like me taking a test and I failed the test. Yes, I failed the test, one test, that test, but it doesn't make me a failure, right? I failed several tests in school coming up. You know why? Because I didn't study. I wasn't ready. Wasn't prepared. Maybe I wasn't in school that week or whatever. Maybe I didn't know the lesson. Maybe the teacher just put all freaking other questions on there off the syllabus and you told us to study this and ain't none of this on the goddamn test. So it don't have nothing to do with the fact that I'm a failure. It has the fact to do that whatever other imbalances was going on at the time that caused me to fail at something, but does not denote the fact that I am a failure now at everything. That is not the case, right? And so that's the same thing with having a day where you wake up or a week where you just got bombarded with everything. Like you got slapped on Monday, slapped on Tuesday, slapped on Wednesday, slapped on Thursday, slapped on Friday, and Saturday, everybody wants you to be perky and running to the mall and going to Chuck E. Cheese and hanging out with the kids and doing the birthday party thing with a bunch of other moms or dads or whomever. No, today I'm not okay. You don't know what happened throughout my week. And yes, today I'm feeling weaker than normal, mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically, possibly even spiritually. But that does not indicate that I'm not strong. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. Right? And let me just say this. Ha! Let me say this. There is a scripture. I can't pull it out my head right now. But the scripture says, in my weakness, then God is made strong. So guess what? It's okay to say I'm weak. Because in the moment that I say I'm weak is the moment that he can now take control of the wheel and say, hey, I'm glad you decided to share, or you decided to reveal, or you decided to be transparent, or you decided to be honest and say that today is my weakest moment. And God says, in that place and in that space is when I now kick in and show up, right? When you're strong, no need for him to be strong. He says, I don't need you strong and I'm strong, right? But when you're weak, God says, this is where I kick in and I make up the difference. Huh? And I don't have a problem. And I'm reading this book and I wanted to share some parts of it with you in here. That question about how do you know when that you could do that or whatever, is when humility takes over. I had to give an applause on that because I've been learning about humility. I've been reading this book. It's called Humility, the Beauty of Holiness. It's by Andrew Murray. For those of you that might want to, oh my God, it's been doing wonders for me. When we start feeling like, well, if I tell people that today I'm not okay, they're going to see me as weak, and you start feeling guilty, that is absolutely operating in a spirit of pride. Because you're more concerned about how people perceive you or what people will think about you versus the fact that you make people aware or you reveal something or you open the curtain to something and say, hey, this is what it is. This is what's behind the curtain. Can people still love me? Can people still respect me? Can people still honor me? Can people still see me as the supervisor or the manager or the mother or the pastor for that matter or the leader of the group in the midst of me being humble enough to say, today, can someone else lead for me? That doesn't mean I'm not the leader. I'm just asking, can someone else lead for me today? Can someone else show up in my stead? If you were sick, you would call in and go, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. Um, but I've already called Susie. She's gonna be my backup, or she's gonna be my replacement, or she's gonna be, I can't really think of the word on in the job scene. It's kind of slipping me right now. Um, and we don't have a problem telling people that we're sick physically, right? We don't feel guilty about telling them, shoot, I got the flu. Man, I got a bad migraine. There's no guilt in that. There's no weakness in that. But yet, when we say I'm mentally and I'm emotionally, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. Then there's a guilt and a shame or a sense of weakness, and that operates in the spirit of pride. And I'm gonna read this little caption um in this book that I just told y'all about. Um, and it says, I thought I just had it. Um, oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. It says, humility is The place of entire dependence on God. I'm going to say that one again. Entire dependence on God is the first duty of the creature and the root of every good quality, humility, the place of entire dependence. I find out when I get the most exhausted mentally and emotionally, which therefore causes me to become physically exhausted, is because I've been trying to handle things on my own. Bam, bam, bam. My entire dependence in a particular area was not totally dependent on God. I was still trying to operate in a place of control. And therefore, we blew out, burnt out, you know, light out, lamp out. And so, this humility thing removes us from being the strong one, being the always brave one, being the always one that's never weak. I'm always strong. I'm always showing up. I'm always smiling. I'm always got an encouraging word for everybody. Well, 90% of the time I may, but 10% of the time I might not. And in my humility, I realized that there's not anything that I can do without him. And when I stop trying to move without him and move in him, right? Then I feel like a lot more of us feeling ashamed to say today is not a good day for me. I might have overdid it. I might have not depended on God as much as I should have. Or I may not have rested and absolutely put something over into his hands. We talk a good talk, but we don't walk the walk, right? Let me see. This one says, what helps you move forward after admitting you're not okay? I'm not quite sure how to handle that question. What helps you move forward after admitting you're not okay? Um, if I'm understanding the question correctly, after you come out of your funk, we call it a funk, or that place or that space where you are and you're not feeling it, you know, you have to at some point in time pull up your bootstraps, especially if your mental meter and your emotional meter doesn't rise as fast as people expect it to. Some people might feel like, well, you should bounce back in a day or two or three, you know, but you have to start giving yourself a quota also of how long you're going to allow this to control you. It's like going to Las Vegas for those of us that are not um experienced gamblers. I'm not a gambler at all, let the truth be told. But I've been told stories about people that are not professional gamblers that they go there with a quota, $500. After that, I'm out. I'm not putting another coin in the slot, right? And sometimes you may have to, and again, these are Dr. D's thoughts and opinions and Holy Ghost led answers. These are not book factual 2 plus 2 equals 4s, right? So these may not work for everyone, but this is what I can say work for me, and what I would advise at this time is that you got to give yourself a quota. Yo, Deetra, after 3 days, 3 days is your cutoff, girl. You got to come on. You got to do something. You got to get in your scriptures. You got to get in your worship. You got to do something. You got to find somebody to talk to you. But you can't stay in here day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So in some instances, you know, motivating yourself, and I don't even really like to use the word motivation because motivation comes and goes, right? But anchoring, I love it. I love it. I love it when the Holy Spirit downloads. I have to always give him an applause. Oh my God. When you have to anchor yourself in something now, right? Because when you let this I'm not okay mood get on you, you just start floating with the wind. Now, if I watch a funny movie, maybe I'll laugh a little bit. And then after the funny movie is over, I'm sad again and I'm crying or I'm depressed or whatever. So you kind of just flowing with the ocean, emotions of the ocean, right? Um, and then you just got to say, yo, if I keep going with the motions of the ocean, I'm gonna find myself way out there somewhere where I can't make you back. And so at some point in time, you have to say, okay, I've been honest with how I feel and I feel it because I do believe I am a firm believer and I teach it that you to heal it, you got to feel it, right? And so I'm an advocate of allowing your emotions to run their course like a flu or like a cold or like a 24-hour bug, right? There's no medicine for this and just let it run its course. But it can't take forever, right? You can't be down for 3, 4, 5, 10 weeks. You got to come back to grips, and then you got to find out what works for you to get you moving forward, right? For some of us it's that worship music moves me. For some of us it might be getting heavy into the word of God and start reading scriptures pertaining to what you're feeling. If you're feeling defeated, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling resentful, if you're feeling bitter, if you're feeling a lot of anger and that's what got you stuck and stopped and this, that, and the other, then getting in the word of God and anchoring yourself there, but on those particular scriptures about the particular feeling that you're having that has you not feeling okay. Um, and then some of us, like I said, it might be the music, it might be the scriptures. I see my other sister on here. It might be going out in the garden. It might be doing a nature walk. It might be doing some of those things that allow you to breathe. For some of us, it might be boxing. It might be exercising. It might be running a long run or a long jog. It might even be a long drive where you could just be by yourself, blast your music, and just let it rip and let it go, right? And let it all out. For some of us, we might need to holler and bang and slam a bunch of pillows till all the fluffing and stuffing comes all out. For all of us, it might be a little bit different. But give yourself a quota. How much money you gonna spend on this feeling, this emotion that may not serve you any longer after a certain amount of time? Okay. I hope I've answered you all in several different capacities with that particular question. But again, a lot of this comes with a maturity. And when I say maturity, I'm not talking about an age. Because some of us, huh? Some of us could be younger and we're a little bit more emotionally mature, right? We know how to handle our emotions a little bit better. Just because you're in your 50s don't mean that you're emotionally mature or you're or mentally mature or you're spiritually mature for that matter, right? It matters on how much we've practiced honing our emotions, tapping into our emotions, dealing with our inner child, dealing with our childish ways and our childish responses to adult situations, right? So we're still letting that 18-year-old girl show up because that's where she got stuck in a particular area of life. And then when someone does something similar to that in her 50s, she doesn't respond as a 50-year-old woman. She responds from that 18-year-old girl who back then didn't handle business like she should have. And so now at 50, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm about to bust somebody's window out their car today. Right. And so maturity, when I use that word, I use it very lightly and not condescendingly, because I'm very immature in a lot of ways too emotionally, where I let that inner child respond versus letting the woman that I am today respond in the situation, because I let my emotions be dictated by my trauma versus my age, maturity level, whatever, right? Because that's different for everyone. Um, and so yeah, let me see what this question is. What part of not being okay hits you again, y'all, these things are like tiny, tiny, tiny. hits you the hardest right now? Feeling alone, overwhelmed, tired, or something else? I like that question. Everybody that's on tonight, I'd like for you to type in that particular answer. Again, let me quote it. I think maybe some of you all might see it better than I can. But it came from Randy Thomas, and that's one of my sons. Good to have you on. What part of not being okay hits you the hardest right now? Feeling alone? That was one. Overwhelmed, tired, or something else, or all of the above. Okay. So while I allow some of you to all to answer that, which is a really great question, Randy, you probably need to come on with me one Tuesday and us talk a little bit together. I'd love for us to pair up. We've paired up in the past. I'll say this to you all, transparent moment. I don't mind being transparent. These last few days from this weekend, even into today, I'm not okay. Not okay. Um, and I'm okay with saying I'm not okay. And this year has just come in a little rough for me. I'm like, whoa, 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 Nelly, what the heck, right? Um, and the thing that I think that's got me not okay is that when you come into a new year, you come in with all of these great expectations. You come in with all this anticipation. Expectations are high. Anticipation of a new year, new you, a new this, a new that, and everything's gonna be, yeah, setting goals and da 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 da. Even though I don't do that as much as I used to. Again, that's another maturity level thing that I've grown into. But just still setting goals, things I want to do, things that are gonna be happening. Making some declarations, writing in my journal, and la 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 la. And we had so a real mountaintop experience I had with one of my sons, and la 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 la. But yo, whoa, them valleys started coming like bam, 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 bam. I was like, yo, I ain't even got out of the last freaking valley, and I'm back in another valley. Yo, it's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like freaking drowning, right? And you're in the water, and you feel the water, and it's like ooh, 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 but somebody comes and they like kind of pull you out by your, they pull you out by your thing, and they get you out, and like right then and there, a whole nother wave comes and just like whoa, 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 whoa. Like it just takes you back, and you like, yo, soon as I thought I was at the shore, soon as I knew that person had me by the neck and they was pulling me out, just as good as I got to it and saw I was in the clear, something else came and that wave just overtook me. Overtook me. And it's like, it seems like since this year came in, it ain't even been, shoot, what, 33, maybe 34 days. About 34 days. I can tell you, I done got hit. Bam, 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 bam. In 34 days, I done got hit, slapped left and right. And so I feel like for me, while I'm giving other people an opportunity, I feel like it was the expectation of things to come, or the expectation of leaving 2025 and coming into 2026, that when you're expecting something, has anybody ever left like a piece of sweet potato pie in the refrigerator, or you left a slice of pizza in the refrigerator, or just a little something from the restaurant that you came from, and whatever you was eating was like slap good, right? And it was like, oh, I can't eat it all because I'm so stuffed, but I really want to eat it now. But I'm gonna take that little bit home, and later on, I'm gonna get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, right? And then when you go in there to get it, get it, get it, it's gone. Who in the HELP ate my food? I don't know about y'all, but that's the feeling that be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, somebody gonna have to pay the piper today. Cause my mouth was watering, my mind was all fixed for it. I've been thinking about it all goddamn day. Expectation, right? And when that expectation, when it's like a a dagger is like pushed down in it and it just all deflates like right before your eyes. I don't even know how to explain what the feeling is like of your expectation being shattered, your anticipation for something to find out it's not coming or it's not happening right now. you know, I thought by this time, or I was looking for this new year to, at least the first 30 days for me to have some happiness, some joy, some this, some that. Not me putting out fires from the time we came in until this very very moment. So that would be my answer. And again, I don't know if that's overwhelm. I think it's a little bit of overwhelm in some of those instances when expectations are not met, or you anticipating something. Sometimes you do feel like you're alone, that nobody is there with you. I feel like I'm out here by myself. I feel like I'm dealing with this all alone. I feel like nobody understands me. I feel like nobody sees me. I feel like nobody's even asking me, how am I? Nobody's even reaching out to me. But what I'm finding out is, shoot, I'm not the only one that's been dancing in the storm for the last 34 days. I had to just text somebody before I got on here, needing the same message that I'm about to text them, because they've been talking about this happened, that happened, this happened, that. Because I asked them, I said, well, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And they was like, well, such and such, and then such and such. And then right after that, such and such and such and such. I say, yo, when it rains, it pours. That's the cliche, right? When it rains, it pours. But I didn't leave it there. I said, when it rains, it pours. But that's the only indicator that you're going to have more flowers blooming in your garden. Come on, Joy Simpkins, more Joy Jones, that you'll just have more flowers growing up in your garden for the springtime, and there'll be more harvest coming because you've got more rain that came into your life earlier in the year. I said, girl, just dance in the rain. That's all I got for you. You just keep dancing in the rain, because the flowers will bloom, the harvest will come, and the more rain, the more growth. That's all I got for you. Can't stop the rain. I can't stop the rain. But I can give you some encouraging words that once all this rain is said and done, all this water, oh, a whole lot's gonna be growing up out of this right here. So, um, so that's my kind of side answer. And again, I don't know if I really answered how people, or what's the hardest right now. The hardest right now is that I thought I would have um, a little bit more success in some areas, and not success like something happened full bloom, but more success like I'd be more on track. I'd be more in alignment with some things. But I feel like, and again, I can only talk about Dr. Cotton, and I don't mind. Y'all can call me weak. Y'all can call me not strong. Y'all can call me lackluster. Y'all can call me not all together. Y'all can call me whatever you want. Because guess what? I'm on a journey to becoming better. And the better me is starting to realize that the transparent me is who I am right now, and I'm going to live with her in the moment, and I'm going to give her the opportunity to speak, to take her voice, to feel her pain, her hurt, her loneliness, or whatever. I want her to feel it, and I want her to learn how to become better because of it, from it, through it, right? Because the old me would try to hide it, stuff it, act like it didn't happen, act like I'm always strong, act like I'm not hurting, act like I'm not upset, act like I'm not, put the smile on first, girl, and just let everybody think it's all together. When somebody goes, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Blessed and highly favored, and all of that, all of that. Nah, nah. Stop that. Stop that. That's not real. That's not the real you. That's not being the authentic you, right? And I'm going to walk in my authenticity. And I want everybody to see the whole me, the full me, the real me, the today me. And it's okay for you to still honor, respect, and look up to someone who says, just not feeling okay today. I'll be back. Right? So, um, and part of that is humility. And maybe we'll chip away at that word a little bit more. But I realized that back then in my 20s, my 30s, and my 40s, when I was telling everybody I'm still okay, I got it, I'm good. No, I don't need no help. No, I don't need no therapy. No, I don't need to talk to nobody. No, I'm okay. I got it. Blah, 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 blah. Pride, not humble, not humble, not dependent on God. Pride all day because you're operating in your own strength. You're operating in your own resolve of what people are going to think about me. Well, if I tell them I don't feel good today or I'm not emotionally and mentally there today, then they're going to think I'm not a good leader. I'm not a good pastor. I don't know how to lead the group. Or who wants to follow somebody that's not feeling good today or not having it all together today. Da, 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 da. All of what you think and other people are going to think about you, what they're going to say about you. That is a pride. And I'm learning, again, reading my book, Humility, the Beauty of Holiness, what humility actually looks like, right? And the first thing that I'm realizing is humility is absolute entirety of dependency on God. I ain't got no answers. I ain't got no direction. I ain't got no clue. I don't have no hope, no faith, no nothing without him. Without him, I am absolutely a ship without a goddamn sail. Don't ask me nothing. Every answer I give, every direction I'm able to come up with, every smart, new thought that I have to figure out something or the wisdom that I get is nothing that comes from me at all. At all. But you would have caught this Deetra about 10, 15 years ago. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the smartest thing going, honey. Smartest thing going and flowing. Just as unhumble as all get up. But you know. So now I don't mind telling people I'm weak. I don't mind telling people I don't know. I don't mind telling, but I can pray about it and I can find out an answer for you. I'll pray about it. And in my weakness, I know I'm going to come back strong because it's his strength, not mine. If y'all looking for me to be strong in my own strength, this is why we burn out. Because we're trying to walk in our own strength, in our own ability, trying to answer all questions for all people in all things and in every way and every time. I'm not doing it. I don't have the capacity for it. And I'm not ashamed to tell folk, no, no, ain't got it. Not okay today. I'll come back to you tomorrow or maybe next week. But I'm getting better. Absolutely. All right. All right, y'all. I'm like 8 minutes new beginning, new beginning over my new beginning. Um, but I'm super excited for those of you that did get on with me today. My sister even asked me, she said, "You gonna do it tonight?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." I pushed myself to do it so that I could not 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 impress anybody, but I wanted to help somebody tonight by letting them know that today I wasn't okay, but I still decided to show up in his strength to tell someone else it's okay, to tell people I'm not okay, even when it's the person that's helping other people. The therapist needs a therapist. Ha! The dentist needs a dentist. The surgeon will need a surgeon. When he needs surgery, he's not going to do surgery on himself. When the dentist has a cavity, he's not filling his own cavity. And when the therapist is having a mental breakdown, she or he is incapable of giving themselves their same medicine that they give other people on a daily basis. The pastor needs a pastor. The mentor needs a mentor. The counselor needs counseling. And so it's okay for a counselor to say, I need counsel. And it doesn't make them less of a counselor. It doesn't make them less of a therapist. It doesn't make them less of a dentist. It doesn't make them less of a surgeon. The beautician needs a beautician. right. I love you guys. I really, really do. I see Pastor Tawana on here. I'm going to have her get on here with me one time. This is Better Talks, right? Better Together Talks. So I'm going to start hosting some people getting on and we're going to talk together. We're going to kind of bounce things off of each other, letting us kind of just air it out. I don't mind. I'm okay with it. That's why I said it's Better Together Talks. Anybody that knows me, man, ain't no shame in my game, ain't nothing to hide. Because most likely what you're going through, I promise you, at least one other person is. But I promise you, it's more than one other person. Your testimony of being so real, so transparent, so naked and unashamed, so authentically you, you don't know how many more people you help, bless, and heal versus being altogether lovely, nothing wrong. I got all of my I's dotted, all of my T's crossed, and I got all the parentheses on the outside. Man, can nobody live up to you? Can nobody live up to all your standards because you're all put together well. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Well, the majority of the world is looking not for um Superman and Wonder Woman. They're looking for Clark Kent, the guy with the glasses, the guy with the suit who's barely getting the buttons on right, the person that's just not just dropping all of their papers on the floor and still picking them up, trying to put them together in the night. And he said, yeah, not the one. I don't have it all together, but I can help you. Right. So I am Dr. Dietrich Cotton, your Better Life coach and cheerleader. Not only am I coaching you to live your better life, but I'm cheering you on. I am your biggest and your greatest fan. Every Tuesday night, we'll be on here doing Better Together Talks. I hope to have some other people. Well, we just get down to the nitty gritty. I'm not trying to be no great podcaster or super speaker. I just want to talk about the things that are really real. And I want us to do it together on the couch, on the sofa, in the living room, just chilling. Better Together Talks. Just let's talk about it. All right. If you want to sow and be a blessing into the ministry as we continue to bless those who are in need of our Better After Being Broken healing workshop sessions and classes, we ask that you sow. They will put the Cash App link in the chat. Y'all know we specialize right now in this season helping those who are recovering from drug addictions, alcohol, and other substances that they have abused. And we're really helping them to realize that even though they've been broken in that area, that they can become better even after addiction, right? You can become better after addiction. And so definitely would love for you to help us help them. And we also help those who are incarcerated. You can become better after being incarcerated or in prison. It don't that doesn't take away the fact that God doesn't want to make you better so that you can help others who have been in that same broken situation become better as well. All righty, I think that's it. Every Tuesday night, right here at 7 p.m. Y'all follow the YouTube channel. Hopefully, our admin will also put that up. Our YouTube channel is Better After Being Broken. We're going to start shifting a lot of things to the YouTube station, and eventually, we'll be moving along those lines. All right. All right. And those of you that still got questions, y'all could go ahead and still put them in the chat. I will answer all of them. Share this video with somebody that you feel might need it or just might want to hear it or teach it again somewhere. And go ahead and comment, watch it, replay it again and again. Add your comments, and I'll make sure to get back to you. I promise you I will. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night. It's okay not to be okay because I love you anyway. And you're getting better every day. Bye-bye.